Listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but that is not your kingdom spouse. If they do not want you back, if they aren't checking for you, if they make it clear that they don't want to be with you, the devil is a lie. That is not your kingdom spouse. Listen to me. I was also under the kingdom spouse deception. Okay, I met this guy and it was perfect. It was like everything. It felt like, he was the one, da da da. And he even gifted me with a Bible, his Bible. He passed it down to me. And I think he was just the first Christian. I would put quotes around that, but I ain't gonna talk bad about the kid. But he was my first Christian man, And so I desired him. My flesh desired him. That's who I wanted. And so I started having the dreams. I started having the everything, like all this stuff. But now that I think back to the dreams and what exactly was happening in those dreams, God was trying to let me know then. And the devil really was deceitful. I was in bondage for a while, and I recently met my actual, who I'm believing is my actual spouse, right? And it wasn't until in my heart I was like, okay, God, if this person isn't the one, I accept it. When I really in my heart, when I truly, not just when I said it, when I truly in my heart was like, okay, I'm ready to move on from this situation, because I knew it wasn't right. There's no way that God would have you waiting years on anybody. So once I finally, in my heart, truly accepted that, God gave me a dream and showed me who my actual spouse was. And this was someone I've never seen before, who I've never met. And then I met him like a week later, and it was like, wow. But this person actually wants me, wants to be with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no confusion about it. God is not the author of confusion. The man that I'm currently in the courting process with now, he's made it very clear. There is no confusion, ma'am. This is what I want. This is what it's going to be. Da, 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 da. There is no confusion. He don't even give me time to second guess anything. Like, he covers all the boxes before my brain could even make up assumptions. For example, his mom had said something, and she didn't mean it like this. She had said the word friend. And she didn't mean it like this because she knew, obviously, that we're dating. And she had already said, like, I think you're the one prior. But it's like we were just talking about something, and she said friend. And he goes, Mom, this is my woman. This is my wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no confusion. Before I could even think, like, what you mean, friend? He checked that box off. You know what I'm saying? Before my brain could even start tripping and making up all this crazy stuff. Like, he takes care of all of that before my brain could even go to the crazy side. So it's like, God is not the author of confusion. I was really bound. And what's crazy is the person who I was believing was my kingdom spouse. He would reach out to me every 6 months or whatever. And da 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 da. And the last time, he even swiped up on a marriage post and said, that's the goal. He said, that's the goal. And then I had shared a married couple, and he said, oh, she resembles you. And I was like, well, he resembles you, And then he disappeared again. You know what I mean? So it's just like, we gotta be awake. Some people could be warlocks, witches, and they are beautiful. These are beautiful people who disguise themselves as Christian people. They even do all the Christian things. You have to really be spiritually discerning. And I thank God for breaking me out of that bondage. I mean, even all the videos, these kingdom spouse videos, everything made sense. The way he would come in and out of my life and still linger around. And the last time I just told him, like, I will no longer be bound. Like, I know you checking in on me, seeing how I'm doing. That's cool and all, but you got to move on. We got to move on from this. Okay? Listen, if they don't want you and they ain't, it's a lot of confusion. That's not your spouse. And I pray that God would break that bondage off of you in the name of Jesus. Okay, so stay strong. And once you're ready to accept that, that's when you can allow and make room for God to present your actual spouse. You got to let go. These TikToks, these prophets, these are witches and warlocks on here. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that married people that are like already married and then say they're going through divorce or whatever, that God doesn't restore that. And if you don't pray and ask God, and he will show you like that, he's going to restore your marriage. No, that's a real thing. God will do that. God will restore your marriage. And if it's meant to be with someone that left your life, it will be. But you have to know when the devil is trying to keep you bound to something, and you have to know when it's God or when it's your flesh, when it's Satan. And it gets tricky. Trust me, it gets very tricky, because I even still think back now, like, so, but what about this dream? What about this? What about this thing? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? The devil gets really tricky, y'all. So please be discerning. Please take everything to God. Please triple check your sources. Go back to your journal. Look back at those dreams you had. Look back at those dreams you had and really break them down. I hope this helps somebody. Be blessed and good luck in your marriage season.